It's good to be back in New York.
Well, it's good to be back in our own studio, kind of like that. You know, I think that's why they want us to go to Washington sometimes. They send us down there, screw some stuff up, so that we feel better about coming back here. You know, it's like a psychological thing they're doing with us. But I've had it. Had it with the winter. I know, you're probably sitting there in, Miami somewhere.
Phoenix.
Sitting up there in Sierra Mountains drinking champagne cocktails. Yeah, you know, you're wherever. It's nice and warm. I've had it. This winter is just never ending. Never ending. We're into spring now. A couple of days into spring. And we had snow here again. I walked out this morning and went, oh my God. I just covered with snow everywhere. Driving on ice again. The commute takes forever. Yesterday for the train, I got into Penn Station here in New York City, 3 o'clock. 3 in the afternoon. My drive that takes me 20 minutes in the morning with no traffic, it's a 20-minute drive from my house, door to door. Yesterday, 2 hours.
Oh.
2 hours on that LIE. 2 hours.
Were you annoyed?
Annoyed.
Have you ever driven with him?
You know something? I have gotten much better because now I'm beaten. I'm a beaten man. I sit there and I slump in my seat. I'm just kind of, oh well, here I am again. What are you going to do? Yeah. OnStar should have a feature that you can press the button and a bunch of A-10 warthogs sweep down like the highway of death in Kuwait and just clear the way for you. Because it's somebody screwing it up. I don't care. They say it's volume, this, that, the other thing. There are people screwing up the flow of traffic. Well, it was snowing a little sleet, but nothing sticking on the ground.
Well,
drive.
But that makes people all slow down about 10, 15 miles an hour to start.
Right.
And then that
off the top.
And then that just backs everyone up.
Everything
you only live 20 miles from home.
17, something
17
like
miles from home, and it took you 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I get here in 20 minutes.
I know.
It's nothing. The drive crosstown, in its alone took just about 45 minutes. And that, kids, in the morning, it takes me, literally, I'm not saying like, oh, it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes when I make the turn to go crosstown and end up here. 45 minutes. Because people just decide they want to pull into an intersection even though they know they're not going to make it across before the light turns red for them. And then you get to look at the side of their vehicle with their stupid face through the window, and no matter what curses you're throwing or racial epithets or horns you're beeping, they never turn and look at you. Nope. So you can flip them the bird. They never give me the satisfaction. I swear I want to weld a piece of railroad track to my bumper and just go at them at about 60 miles an hour and watch their head explode on the passenger window. I would just, ha, ha, ha! I would laugh so hard as the cops are hauling me away. Just giggling. There you go. Old Pulphead won't be in the intersection anymore. So that was my day yesterday after I got back from Washington. I've had it with New York. I'm so ready for a vacation.
Yeah, we're all ready.
I'm going to be the guy on the deck chair.
Mm-hmm.
With the sun. And do a little sweeping pan of the ship and then pull away in the glistening blue waters of the Caribbean. There I am. No longer stuck in traffic. I need it bad.
Yeah, what a weird winter, though. I mean, we were in Washington. It got up to almost 70 degrees. But we've been so beaten here in New York this winter that I still went out with a winter coat and a winter hat on.
Yeah.
I just couldn't comprehend that it might be warm out.
No.
You know? And then, God, it went from 65, let's say, in Washington all the way down.
65?
When we were down there, the first day. To the second day.
You think it was that warm?
It was way up there.
I think you're just doing relative temperature.
Really?
Here.
It was way up there.
It seemed warm because we've been so fucked over here.
And then just, bam, right back to winter here in New York. So,
thanks.
Anthony, you left early after the show yesterday.
Yeah, tried to get home early.
You got right out? Yeah, what time did you get home?
My train left at...
noon, right?
Noon. My train pulled out at noon. I was home by 5.
We left 2 hours later.
Yeah.
We walked in the door the same time, my friend.
There you go.
The same time.
Isn't that great?
And you were stuck in traffic for 2 hours. Mm-hmm. We were stuck waiting for Norton to get his celebrity photo for 2 hours.
Yes, everybody is wondering, did Jimmy get his Robert Plant photo.
There was some fun involved with the whole process, but in general, he's a raving lunatic. We've brought this up on many occasions on the show. I don't care what he's going to say. Well, at least I got the picture. I would have to say, yeah, but at what price?
The end justifies the means.
Well, at what price? Everyone at XM now thinks you're completely insane.
Too bad. And here's the thing, and the term is at least we got the picture. See,
you threw me under the bus.
Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Are you kidding me? You're going to lose this one.
When he walked out of the studio, after we watched him from 6 feet away, which was very, very cool.
Very cool.
All of a sudden they go, hey, guys, you want to watch him do his, whatchamacallit there, the sound check? Well, yeah. So Jimmy and I walk into where we did that Artist Confidential thing.
Yep.
We are 6 feet from Robert Plant as he's working it out with the band, the new songs, which kind of sounded cool. I would like to maybe play one on the air. Oh, we can't play it?
The album's not out yet. May 10th.
But isn't the single out at this point? Don't they usually do that? No?
I believe it's not even. The single's not even out yet.
Oh, all right. Well, look into.
I checked yesterday, so Jim. We checked yesterday, so Jim could plug the album on our show yesterday. Remember? Yeah. Jim wanted to be very positive.
So we're sitting 6 feet from Robert Plant.
Yeah.
And first of all, you can't get over the fact that he probably has the biggest skull I've ever seen in my life. His head is so fucking huge.
He does have a very big head.
If he opens his mouth far enough, you can see a lit candle in it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, like a big, huge pumpkin head. His head, how big was his head?
Mammoth.
It's like two of yours, Anthony, easily.
A really big head.
Easily. And I'm sitting there. Remember I was talking about, someone that I would like to meet that would just freak me out?
Yep.
And I said it would be Robert Plant.
That's a biggie. Zeppelin, come on.
I'm sitting there just observing the whole scene thinking, you know what? We're all just the same on this planet.
Really?
Of course it's Robert Plant.
Yes, it is Robert Plant.
And he sang with Zeppelin and all that crap. But you're looking at the guy and you're thinking, oh, God, he's out of shape. He's got baloney tits. His head's too big for his body. There's no one actually special in this world. He can't even take care of himself, Anthony.
You were really noticing the up-close imperfections?
Oh, my God. With all the money he's made over the years, you'd think he might have gotten a trainer. Because, he, I think, secretly still wants to be that sex symbol, even though he's pushing 60.
Yeah.
But he's got the baloney tits showing through his little sweater. And he's trying to make some sexy moves as he's singing with the band.
Was he making sexy? Well, who was sitting in front of him?
Me and Opie first.
That's it? Was he making sexy moves to you guys?
Which it was kind of a little weird.
Was he doing all those Robert Plant, like, little pelvis thrust things at you guys?
Yeah. If there's a bustle in your hedgerow, just wink at me and then eat Betsy's ass.
And he's got the tight jeans on, but, like the old days, he's got a good presentation, right?
Is his hog there like the old days?
Oh, it's there, but now it's a lot closer to the knee.
What, do you think gravity's kind of pulling his hog down?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, you know what? When it all comes down to it, he's not that much more special than anyone.
He's just an old guy up there doing his thing.
Trying to do his thing. I mean, his voice still sounds pretty cool.
Did it sound good?
Yeah. I thought so.
Very good. He sounded really good.
I thought so.
Because I heard him years ago trying to do some Zeppelin stuff, and it was just an abomination. But maybe he was having an off day.
Well, he can't hit those high notes anymore, but he still has a pretty cool voice for the stuff he's doing now.
Yeah.
And so after the show, you left, and then it was, I don't know, 2 straight hours of Jimmy just obsessing.
Conspiring to
bothering
try to get
everybody.
I heard he bothered everybody at XM.
Everybody.
I bothered...
Jamie is a great, great person. We've worked with her on the road. She's just like... You could tell she wanted just Jimmy to go away.
You know why also? I know when I left, I walked right past the studio, and they were setting up for this thing. And I got to tell you, I've never seen so many people in that building and so much equipment. They were moving stuff in. They had a separate mixing board for him that was... It was the size of a couch.
Massive.
This thing was huge.
Yeah.
And they're bringing that in. They're hooking stuff up. XM people running around like crazy. So they were probably all very busy, Jimmy. And I think your priority was your picture.
Well, they weren't all busy. Like I wasn't. I would go up to Lee Evans. Lee
Abrams.
Lee Evans. I know. I was just looking at. It's funny. I wrote Lee Evans here too, and I know it's Lee Evans. Lee, who's the nicest guy at XM. And he's just sitting in his office, stoned.
and just irritated every time I put my face.
No, you don't understand.
You peek in and everybody's just like,
Hi, Lee.
Back.
And I can't do this justice. I just can't. I mean, Norton was pacing. You know how big that place is. He would go down to where Plant's going to be, then all the way upstairs to talk to Lee, back down and make sure Plant didn't show up.
Did you go out to see his bus?
No, I didn't.
His bus is out in the parking lot.
It was a band's bus. It wasn't like
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
he's a private plane, please. He's not on a bus.
Yeah, he.
Well, actually, by the way, just so you know, Robert took the Excella, the 3 o'clock Excella, up to New York because his plane couldn't take off. So he was on the next Excella train after we took.
Wow, really?
So we could have rode with him, yeah.
Well, we couldn't have rode with him. He was in first class probably with a guy. And
Yeah,
How
probably.
does Bobby Plant get his privacy on a train?
He couldn't. They couldn't. There was problems flying into New York, so he didn't fly his jet.
Yeah, because of the weather.
But I mean, Norton was just pacing, and I'm like, then we wanted to eat because we're starving because we've been up since 4:30 in the morning, and no, we can't risk it. Risk what? He's not here. Everyone's telling you he's coming here at 12:30. No one knows what the fuck's going on. Remember that one, Ben?
That's exactly right. No one knows. Nobody knows. I've asked 3 people. Nobody knows.
I asked 3 people, got 3 different answers. No one knows what the fuck's going on.
because what happens is this.
And then
I didn't say you couldn't eat.
That's what he's doing behind the scenes. But then he goes into Lee's office. Hey, Lee, so what's the deal? You think this will happen?
And Lee's like, well, with anyone else I could guarantee it, but with him, he's like, I don't know. His guys are very protective. He's a tough one. They had gotten a no. They had called him. Jamie, who was so nice, had called and asked and gotten a no.
Of course.
From the management.
If you ask, they're going to say no.
So I was like, look, this is a brutal one. And even Lee said, all people, Lee, this is a tough one to get, man. And so I was going to plan it out and get it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept popping into his office and asking him. He's like, well, you can walk down with me when I go down there.
Oh, my God, they must have been so annoyed.
No, dude. They weren't
annoyed.
No,
yes, they were.
You could see that they were annoyed. They weren't going to tell you they were annoyed.
Let them be annoyed. Who cares?
Because you're a big star for XM, and they're like, oh, God. And Jamie's trying to worry about the green room and making sure everything's going to run smoothly, and he's just pestering and picking and pestering. I'm telling you, he's a different person when this whole thing goes down.
And then everybody talks shit until it comes time to get their photo.
But at what price is what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, the next time we're in this situation, we have to have Steve just follow you with the camera because I can't do this story justice.
No, I've seen it before. I saw it in Metallica. I saw you yesterday. You looked like Mark David Chapman down there waiting outside the studio door.
He looks like he's
psycho.
He looks like he's going to be a problem, like he does in his act. He really looks like he's the one that's going to be the problem.
But it's because...
And then he shows me the camera and goes, you might have to take the picture. So I know this sounds stupid, but the big button, that's the one you
gotta
push.
Train you.
I'll tell you why.
And then he goes like this. He pulls it out. He's like, and don't panic. We'll.
Oh, no.
Here, we'll try a practice shot right here.
Did you do practice photos?
Dude, you hit the wall.
You're forgetting the important part.
You hit halfway, and then the wall lit up where the flash, the orange thing happens, and then he goes, and then click.
He's forgetting when I said you might have to take the picture. He goes, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I asked him, you might take a picture. He goes, I can't do that. Why can't you do that? You're a grown man.
I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why.
He knows he wasn't even there.
I was given the camera to take the picture of you and Ozzy, and I threw my hands up and said, I ain't taking this picture. There is no way I want the pressure and stress of taking a picture for you, Jimmy.
Not true.
I would never take a picture because God forbid
you're right.
Something happened.
That was different, though. You and I were in studio together here. He wanted a photo with Plant. He was nervous. You were nervous. You wanted.
I was nervous, but more nervous that you would be so freaked out if I missed it. I'm telling you, I don't lie to you.
No one wants the stress or pressure of taking one of your pictures, Jim.
When there's a photo opportunity here, nobody. You can ask all these guys. Nobody wants to take your photo.
They're petrified that you're going
to shoot them if it gets messed up.
It's like telling the Fuhrer the Penzas aren't available. You don't want to tell him. I don't want to tell him.
I would just put my head down and have a little teardrop.
This is how psychotic he is. We were at Ozfest in Philly, and I was backstage helping him get some of his pictures back in the day. And I was the one who took the picture of Rob Zombie that's probably on your website.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in front of, a glass door.
Yeah.
Picture's perfect, except there's a glare in the middle of them because a little glare from the flash. That doesn't take away from seeing Rob Zombie and Norton.
Uh-huh.
And you fucking freaked out on me.
I didn't
and you're like,
I wasn't mad at you.
Well, he's like, well, I guess I can fix this in Photoshop. I don't know.
I did.
Sure.
Which he did. He got rid of the flash because it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
No, it just when there's a big flash in the middle. It's funny you should say that. But when I was taking your picture, I'll tell you what happened.
After you blew me off because you got yours done.
Didn't blow you off at all.
Why couldn't you say one more picture, Robert?
First of all, I didn't speak to Robert. Jamie did. Jamie, and I gotta thank. Before we do this, I gotta thank these people, man.
Wait, you got some music because the list of people he has to thank is very, very long. Can we get some...
Ray from Long Island quickly. Yeah, we're not all that different. He wrote Stairway to Heaven. You forced a cripple to shove a dildo in his ass. We're all the same.
No, I don't mean... I'm not...
Ray, that's very funny.
I'm not trying to compare myself to Plant. Trust me. I'm just saying, as far as humans go...
Very good, Ray. Look at him. He's got balls. I like that, Ray.
I'm not... oh, my God. Do not confuse that issue. I'm talking... You look at him and you realize, because some people look at him as God, basically, because of what he's done in his life. But you look at him like, look, the guy... Even though he did all this great music with Zeppelin, he can't take care of his own body. That's all I was trying to say. He still got the baloney tits.
Gotcha.
Okay. I got to thank, first, I don't remember his last name, John the photographer, who you came in to take the poor Opie's picture here and got kind of blown off and booed out of the studio.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm getting a lot of slack over that. And
he's a nice guy, man.
No, I know he's a nice guy, but I have a problem with the guy because he did Photoshop my face. And the first time we took pictures for XM. They just came out absolutely awful. Because they put makeup on us.
There were no pictures being taken after the show like that. None.
Thank you. I'm sure he's a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy. And he was very helpful. And, of course, I got to thank Lee Abrams for tolerating me. I popped into his office 4 times.
Yeah, and minimum, dude.
No, 4 times. Okay.
4 times in the office. How many times did you talk to him downstairs?
A couple.
These guys had...
At least I didn't interrupt them talking to Robert Plant.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you forgot that part.
Yeah, because you weren't going to get the picture.
I'm the one that walked you down the hall, sweetie. We'll get to the end of the story. Believe me. Trust me.
Because he was ready to disappear in the green room.
No, but he was going to come back out of the green room.
No.
First of all...
No, because I'm not like you where I'm going to sit around for 2 hours. I knew that was my opportunity, and I'm like, well...
and you panicked. You were...
I didn't panic.
He was so hurt. Oh... How could you say that? I walked you down the hall. I'm like, let's go. I walked you down to get the picture with him because you were standing there going, I'm like, come on, let's go, come on. I walked you down to get that picture. I made sure you got that picture. I walked you down, and I'm like, and then let's get to the story. We got to get in order. We got to get in order here.
Okay.
Because I know he's throwing me under the bus.
I want to hear the whole thing.
I'll go.
Oh my God! Get XM on the phone. Just call any extension because everyone down there has a Jim Norton psycho story.
I'll go under the bus. But I got a handful of blonde locks with me.
You're not going to get me completely under the bus on this one.
I'm going to do my thank yous.
Again, thank everyone.
Well, Lee Abrams was very, very cool and helpful, and I also got to thank, of course, Alan Goldberg, who is very, very, who actually made it happen along with Jamie, and Eric Logan, who I had to interrupt on the road working a big deal.
Right.
I just wanted to, because he called me, so I called him back. I'm like, no,
I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, it got so bad because he didn't know what the hell was going on with the Plant picture. He's calling Elo on the road. Elo's somewhere making another huge deal for XM.
Yeah.
And he's interrupting Elo to see what Elo could get done, even though he's not in Washington to get this picture.
Elo's brokering deals that are going to be like huge for the company, huge for the stockholders, and he's being interrupted with Jimmy phone calls about a photo.
Well, I was a return call, so while I was returning Eric's call.
All right.
So again, John the photographer, Eric Logan, Alan Goldberg, Lee Abrams. I want to thank Robert Plant. I want to thank John Bonham for dying and making his solo career possible. I want to thank Canon for making such a fine digital product. I'd like to thank Mel Karmazin and Terrestrial Radio for putting so many fucking commercials in. You made satellite a viable possibility, which got me hired at XM. And, of course, Jamie Karp, more than anyone who made it happen. She was running the whole thing there. And I talked to her a couple times, and she's like, look, they had told me no. But she is the one... Hold on, let me talk to 8 minutes too late with the queue. I'm actually finished with the thank yous.
I know, that would have been great.
Yeah, that would have been great if during the thank yous you would have cued the thank you Oscar music.
See, everyone needs a vacation at this point. We're all slowing down.
That was lipstick for a burn victim. Now, wait, I got to... Jamie had said that they had said no a couple times. So what happens is Alan Goldberg... We're hanging outside, kind of just talking to Lee, and there's a little hallway you walk into the studio where he was rehearsing, doing a sound check. So I didn't want to just walk in there. I'm not an idiot. I don't just walk into the green room areas. I was hanging outside.
Others would say differently.
No, they can say what they want, dude. Ope was there when Alan Goldberg came over.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, are we allowed to stand there and watch? Is that okay? And he's like, yeah, come on in. I'll sit you inside. You can just watch him do a sound check. I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah, no problem. I'll walk in. He takes us in. That's when me and Ope got to sit there.
By the way, all kidding aside, that was really cool.
It was phenomenal.
We were 5-6 feet away from him.
Phenomenal. So we're sitting there watching Plant, and then Plant leaves the room for something, and he's gone for a few minutes, and I'm like, he ain't coming back in. Because I know how this stuff goes. But, Rookie goes...
Yeah, it was like, who are those two fucking
I was afraid he was going to have us booted, because I'm trying to, move. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, we're just...
no, were you dancing?
Dude, I was trying to make believe I'm not looking at him, because I didn't want him to go, who the fuck are these two? Right.
Trying to do a fucking sound check, and this fucking creep is
right, exactly. So I'm just, making believe, and I'm looking around. I'm looking at all the other musicians.
Yeah, sure.
They're just basic... old
studio
musicians, and I'm making believe they're just as important. Whatever, dude. No offense, you're playing with Plan. That's cool for your resume, but I want to see the big guy.
So when we first walk into the room, I wanted to stay by the door because again, I know that you got to make this happen. Everyone had told me how hard Robert Plant is to get a photo with. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to stay by the door in the seats, but the guy's like, no, come to the middle. So we had to walk all the way to the middle of the room, which was
now
fine.
You're thinking you're going to lose your chance,
or make it harder again.
Right.
So he's gone for a few minutes, and I just sense something's awry. So I walk out of the studio, right outside the studio door. As I walk out, Alan comes. He goes, "All right, dude, it's going to happen." He was just he was just in the room here, in the mixing room, the soundboard room, and he goes, he took a few pictures. He's cool with it.
Oh.
So him and Jamie are telling me, "All right, just hang out here, right here, and wait for it." Because Robert Plant, by the way, just walked back in the room past me and was getting makeup done in the actual studio where the performance was going to be done. So Ope finally comes out, and we're kind of just standing there. I hand Jamie my camera. Robert's walking, and when he walks out, I stick my hand out. I'm like, "Hi, I'm Jim Norton." Because again, you have to get him to stop.
Right.
Jamie, who is just great, goes, "Oh, Robert, can you take a quick picture with you?" And he's like, "Okay." And he just stood there, takes a picture. She snaps. He walks away. That's when Ope said I threw him under the bus. But dude,
he grabs the camera all excited. I'm sitting there like,
I gave it to Jamie.
What about me?
I would have gotten. What am I going to do? Grab him by the hair and go, "Get back here"?
Let me say something. I got to give this one to Jimmy.
Of course, he walked away.
With all the grief that you gave Jimmy about this,
I didn't
why
give
would
grief.
he then
Hold
say,
on.
No. I would have.
I'm giving him.
I understand you would have done it if the situation would come up.
Hold on. I'm giving him grief on the show, yes.
Yeah.
But when it comes to these situations, I've been nothing but a friend.
Yes.
I hate this process that he goes through.
That's what I mean. You've goofed on this process so much.
But I understand Jimmy, and we are friends, so I'm like, all right, I'll deal as much as I can. Because it really is not fun. It's a 2-hour process, Anthony.
I don't think it was Jimmy's job, though, to go, Bob, one more shot.
It wasn't even a thought in his mind, though, Anthony. That's what I'm trying to say. I understand that Robert was walking away fast and the opportunity was blown. I get that. But it wasn't even a thought in his head because it was all about him and his picture.
That's where he's wrong. Because he was so, and unjustifiably, you are hurt or disappointed. Look, this is Robert, like Ben got. Ben doesn't really care about people that much. Like, he doesn't get excited about celebrities.
Oh, he hangs with them on a nightly basis.
Doesn't give a
shit. Care? Mick Jagger, we were hanging out.
The only time I saw Ben get like a little flustered is when he was like a foot from Lars. He's like, dude, it is Lars. He's like, it's like sometimes when you're that close, you're like, Jesus, what the fuck am I doing? I gotta do it. So that was how Ope got with Plant. And he was really hurt, and Plant walked away, and he's like, "Oh, fuck." And you were upset, and I'm like, that's why I walked you down the hallway, because you were in a bit of panic mode, and I walked you down the hallway.
You didn't walk me down the hallway like you were holding my hand.
I didn't hold your hand.
I was just like, what am I going to do? So I saw Robert Plant outside the green room with Lee Abrams.
I took you, I'm like, come on, let's go. And then you stopped 10 feet. So he stopped 10 feet from where Plant was, because apparently Robert was going to look at him and go, "Oh, you need one too. Come on down here, fella."
Oh, you got to be assertive.
You have to be. I said be aggressive, dude. Walk right up to where he is. Just fucking walk. I was nudging you.
I dropped in on the conversation Robert Plant was having with Lee Abrams.
Right.
And Lee was explaining XM satellite radio to him, and
Robert Plant was still awake during this process.
I know, but he was blown away by it because Lee's a good salesman. He was explaining XM, and Robert Plant, his eyes were wide open, like, "Wow, really?" And then he goes, "Yeah, because commercial radio just stinks." He said it. Ooh. I heard it. And Robert Plant goes, "That wasn't the case 30 years ago when we were coming to the States." And I'm listening to Robert Plant talk about how cool radio was when he came here 30 years ago. And then also I'm like, you know what? I saw Jimmy. Now we're working together. I see Jimmy. This is where he did help me out. He knew that.
You get on all fours behind Robert Plant, and Jimmy pushes him.
I knew he was too nervous. Like, I knew he had too much dignity to do what needed to be done. So when he was trying to just hang back, he doesn't want to make an ass.
I was hanging back, and then I was just gonna. Jimmy was on the other side. I figured I'll just kind of make believe I'm in on the conversation, take a couple of those pictures. I go, that's when me and Robert were talking about satellite radio, even though I didn't say a word, you know.
So here's what smooth.
Oh wait, I did witness this, and you were just standing there at that point because I walked over and I heard them talking about radio.
I was waiting for my in. They were talking. I'm thinking, all right, there's gonna be a lull in the conversation. I'll jump in and ask him for a picture real fast. That never really happened, and then I'm thinking, all right, I'm gonna miss my opportunity.
Right.
So he ducks under because this is when we were still on the one side. It was like Robert and Lee were in front of us. So I finally get him closer. I'm like, you got to get closer, be aggressive. Fuck it, it's a once in a lifetime. Who cares?
Right.
So he ducks because he doesn't want to walk right between Robert and Lee. So he ducks under them awkwardly. It was awful.
Under the way was your face like right by Robert Plant's cock at that point?
No, but he did duck down as a courtesy. He goes, excuse me, and he ducks through.
Well, you got two guys talking in the hallway, and so I'm splitting right between them, and I don't want to walk right, you know. So I ducked down as I passed by him.
Gotcha.
But as he ducks down,
so they still have eye contact as they continue their conversation.
As he ducks down, there's equipment being brought. So instead of just popping up on the other side, he pops up on the other side and realizes he has to move because that thing is being pushed. So you wind up like 8 feet away on the other side.
On the other side, you overshot Bobby Plant.
Overshot Robert Plant. Nick nervous.
Nick nervous.
Ducks down and overshoots and wraps around.
Phil frightened.
And so I'm like looking at him like, come on, I got the camera out. I got the camera out. I'm ready to take this picture. And I know if you didn't, you actually did ask. But dude,
what a bumbling mess.
He was a mess. I was blocking that.
All this scene needs is you to bumble the camera like Freda with the gun when his father got shot.
Papa. But if you didn't ask him, believe me, that's why I was right there with the camera.
I completely interrupted him. I'm like, Robert, do you mind a picture?
Yeah, you had that moment where you're like, this is Robert Plant.
And I'm like, this is it. So I jump in, and my picture was taken, and his head is twice as big as mine.
But the glare, there's a glare coming from the window in the back right between their faces. So I'm like, all right, hold on. I make them wait for a second so I can fix the camera right and take that out for you. And that's why when you look, you want to talk about who annoyed Robert Plant, look at the two photos. Look at Robert's face in my photo.
I gotta say, I wasn't even gonna, you know something? I wasn't even waiting for you to say it. I will say, his picture, Jimmy's picture with Robert Plant looks happy to be there.
Yeah.
Your picture, he looks miserable. He looks like someone who was interrupted. I gotta say, it's a much happier, cozy pic. Dare I say cozy?
Yes.
A cozy picture with Bobby Plant.
Let me see.
Jimmy has.
And now hit the button on the left in the middle, and look at mine. We're almost snuggling.
Look, he's smiling a little. Look at that picture, and then look at Opie.
Yeah. I like mine better.
Oh, stop
Robert
it.
has lust in his eyes when he's with you. I don't want a picture of lust in Robert Plant's eyes.
That's a sexy picture. The other one is somebody who's been stalking him and runs up, interrupts a conversation.
Dude, I can't wait to get these photos on the sites because his head is so freaking big,
so huge.
Can Steve get these up on Foundry?
Yeah,
it looks like a forced perspective shot where he's really standing closer to the camera than you guys are.
Well, it looks like that, Anthony, but his head is that big.
Jimmy? Sure. I got to see the.
Maybe Robert Plant's on steroids.
You think he's doing the roid?
Well, a lot of people think Barry Bonds' head got that big from steroids. Maybe Robert Plant's got the same thing going on.
Wow.
His head is huge.
He is just not happy to be there.
When Plant walked by and got the picture of me and then just walked away, that's how fast it happened. I know I'm obsessive and I prepare, but that's what I prepare for is being ready for that moment because if you miss it, there might not be another chance for as long as I live.
There is one of his little curls coming right down on your forehead.
Is it really?
Like your head is in his hair. You're nuzzling him.
He was very. Well, he just stood there.
If he was jacking you off, you could just turn your head and go, oh. That's great.
But it was like you have to be ready for that one moment. You have to be ready because it's like if you're fumbling with the camera. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
We've seen it happen 1,000 times.
To me, it's happened. I'm patient with fans. I don't care. I've had so many camera phones not working, all this shit. I'm like, go ahead, retake it. But I see what goes wrong and what's annoying. I'm ready. If it was just me, as far as Robert Plant, the artist, is concerned, he would have dealt with me for 2 seconds, and that would have been it.
Right.
So I don't bother the artist. I'm not obsessive. I didn't want to hang by the tour bus. We left right after that.
Oh, my God, you're not obsessive?
But
no.
your
But I mean,
setup is
my
amazing.
setup is obsessive, and it's accurate. That had to be done, though, dude. It had to be done that way.
Plan it out like a heist.
It's just not worth it.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
If it wasn't worth it, you wouldn't have gotten the picture.
I got the picture because I was there. I wouldn't go through that whole process with you. I did because I was there and I'm your friend. I wouldn't do this on my own is what I'm saying.
Does anybody catch the fact that Opie's saying that he got a picture with Robert Plant because he's my friend? That's not accurate.
That is so accurate.
No,
I'll tell you why. Because I wasn't going to stick around and get a picture with Robert Plant yesterday.
You didn't have to. I was cool going back. I thought you guys were leaving early. I was going to go back with Ben. No, I was going back with Ben. Ben's like, yeah, I'm staying. I thought you, Steve, and Ant were leaving at noon.
We're friends. I decided to do it. But if I was there by myself, I wouldn't have gone through all that. No way. No way. I just wouldn't.
Well, I don't mind doing the dirty work.
Am I glad I got a picture with Robert Plant? Of course. It's going to be one of the best pictures I've ever gotten.
You can't say, like, I didn't want to get the picture and this and that. You got the picture. I was like, my preparation was a bit obsessive.
I'm just saying I had to go through the whole thing with you that I wouldn't do on my own. No way. No way.
But you didn't have to. You didn't have to. I was totally cool with you.
I'm not saying you dragged me along.
No.
I went willingly because part of me knows it's going to make for good radio.
Yeah.
And it does amaze me what you go through to get these photos. So I don't know.
And I'm a team player. I want you to get the picture too. He just walked away that first time.
It's fun for Jimmy, I think, for other people to get the picture.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
As long as he gets it.
He was already looking at the shot Jamie took.
Yes, making sure it was taken
as
correctly.
And Robert's walking by, and I'm just like, but what about me?
Like we got you. I made
dude,
you go down
were looking
and
at the picture a second after it was taken.
Of course,
to make sure it was okay.
It would have been, as I see it, it would have been really difficult for him to go, oh, wait, one more.
It was an impossibility.
And then to set it up and... Oh,
all right, I'll
boy.
jump in there. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Jamie,
wow.
Jamie's the one who did
I'll
that.
tell you what the move was.
What was the
Jamie had your camera. You go, Jamie, obviously I want my picture, and if possible, Ope wants one too.
I said that to Alan Goldberg, actually.
But Jamie didn't know that. Jamie thought it was all about getting your picture, which is fine.
I said one of each, and Robert walked away. Why didn't you say it to her? You're Opie of the Opie and Anthony show. You could have said, hey, Jamie.
You were bothering her so much, I didn't even want to say hi to her.
Wow.
I swear to God you were.
That's not true. But you see all the excuses? Like, he makes the excuse why he didn't say to her, hey, let me do this.
You should have probably said to her.
Of course he should have.
She's got the camera. Hey, one for me, too.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not as aggressive when it comes to this stuff.
That isn't really aggressive. That's why she has the camera. The situation's there.
You interrupted Robert Plant.
Over the years, I've missed out on so many photographs because I wasn't aggressive enough.
Yeah.
Ones I really wanted. People that came in the studio, I'm like, I don't want to bother them.
Okay.
And now, I wish I had some shots, but
it's like it's annoying. Like, I met Kinnison and I got an autograph. I didn't do pictures back then. I kind of wish I had. But then he dies after. I'm like, you know what? I've always been grateful that I asked for that stupid napkin to be signed that I have as a silly
There you go.
There's only one celebrity photo I have hanging up, and that's with Kinnison. Me and Kinnison.
I wish I would have got
that. That's the only one. And Ant and I have pictures with all of Aerosmith, Metallica. I mean, you name it, we have it. That's the only one that I display. The only one.
But this is my thing. Like, I like doing this. I don't mind that process because it's, first of all, it's one of the fun parts about being in dumb show business is that I'm getting access to a place that I never would have had access to before. I was allowed to go by his dress. You can't get that.
Nope.
And at XM, it was a comfortable environment because they're all cool there. So it was like, they helped me out.
MJB from Philly, a picture with Robert Plant. This sounds like... This recounting sounds like a World War II story. We were surrounded by XM employees and the battery was low. It doesn't really sound like a mission you guys were on yesterday.
And anyone that's ever taken a photo with me, I've never not taken a photo with someone. So I know what it's like to have your picture taken with people.
Let's say hi
on that level, but I don't mind it.
Let's say hi to John in Chicago. John?
Okay, I'm with you. It's like, it's two sides of the coin. One's like, I could really use a picture, but the other hand is like, fuck Robert Plant. He's going to make me go through all that shit for a goddamn picture.
Well,
you don't want to go through all the hassle up there in Chicago.
Don't get me wrong, I'm glad, but I wouldn't have waited around 2 hours.
Okay, but you
if I was by myself, let's say you had a gig, you couldn't make it down to XM News. I swear to you, there's no way I would have went through
I do believe you, but I mean, I'm cool with doing that by myself. I don't mind. For me, it's just I know what I got to do, and the only reason I did ask like 5 times is because Lee, who knows everybody, said, "Look, this is a tough one." He goes, "Anybody else, I could guarantee."
Yeah.
He goes, this one, I don't know. He goes, it looks good, but his people are very protective, man.
Here's what I see as an outside observer. I had no part of this, but hearing the testimony of both parties, I see Jimmy is crazed when it comes to setting up the shot. But the bottom line is when time comes for that shot, everything is so perfect that it goes off without a hitch. So the end justifies the means, I guess. Opie, You, I think, got caught up in the whole Jimmy setting it up, where it got you flustered just because he puts so much work into the setup that you felt a little odd saying, hey, one with me too. But from what I'm seeing, you probably should have just waved to her and gone, me too. One of those, and it would have been like that. It would have been done.
It's like airline security, in the sense that airline security is not built for 99% of the things, so most precautions we take when getting onto a plane are not necessary.
There you go.
But it's for the guy that has a bomb, that's why it's necessary.
You're set up, ready to go.
Most stuff I do, I probably could have showed up there 5 minutes before and saw Jamie.
Right.
But I didn't know that, so you have to take precautions because you
so
don't know
the
what's
good
gonna happen.
5, 6, 7 hour setup
Not
is
that long,
really
no.
what you need.
No.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
4 hours for the show, and it was pretty much the entire show. The
Oh,
setup
okay,
was
when
going
you look
on.
at it like that.
And then another 3 hours after the show.
Well, it was 2 hours after, but
Okay, 6 hours of setup.
the real
Oh,
setup-
yeah, we forgot to talk about that. When we were going, doing breaks yesterday during the show, he was running out of the studio already, already pre-planning.
Absolutely.
I forgot about that. So, yeah, it was way more than 2 hours.
Because you can't do it like a lot of times they'll say, "Wow, they'll do a meet and greet after," but the photographer told me, "Nah, man, he's
The
not
show
doing a meet and
yesterday
greet
was
at all."
secondary to Jim.
That's not true.
Oh, yeah, it
No,
was.
that's not true. I was just on every break. That's not true.
Yeah, but as soon as we went to commercial, you're off and running and
So what?
and
The commercial.
pre-planning.
That's like
Part
saying
of
that
the
urinating.
setup.
The show is
So
secondary
what?
to urinating.
When we go to commercials, Anthony and I are like, all right, what do you want to do next? We have
No, you
nothing
don't.
to
You
do
go to
next.
the piss and Anthony just sits there. What are you talking about? You guys don't.
Not all the time.
Read the internet.
Yeah.
We do that when we know we have something to go to next.
Okay.
So we're going to take a break and.
Well, let's see how much show talk you guys do.
All right. Did you mention the HBO thing? I don't even know.
Oh no! This is thank you for reminding me. I finally found out from HBO ticket information. I'm filming the special. I have 2 shows. Tuesday, April 26th. Tickets. They're doing this. We fought really hard to get Opie and Anthony fans first crack at these tickets because they want to distribute them a certain way, like HBO has ways they distribute.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was
So old people coming in.
Dude, exactly. That's
Yeah.
the way Comedy Central does it. And HBO is actually good with ticket distribution, but this was a nightmare to get done. So if you want tickets, my HBO special being shot April 26th. This is like a pre-sale, but the tickets are free. So we're anticipating these are going to go relatively quickly.
They will go really quickly.
It's less than 1,000 tickets combined for 2 shows. It's not a huge theater.
Can save some for your pal, right?
Oh, yeah. Opie and Anthony, I'm hoping will come to both shows. And Steve from Foundry, of course, will be there with a fire extinguisher next to him. The email address, put your age. I'm sorry, just your name and email. Jim Norton at BroadwayVideo.com. That's not my email address. HBO set up a special account so O&A fans can get this because the tickets are not available yet. This is a pre-sale for Opie and Anthony fans only. Jim Norton at BroadwayVideo.com for my HBO special, April 26th. And thanks for reminding me. I forgot about that.
And what do they have to send there to that email
Just
address?
an email. Put your name and email address, and they're going to send you an official invite. Then you tell them how many you want. Because these are free tickets, man. This is why these are done really odd. Because you're not putting any credit card information, nothing. If you,
Right.
Make sure you can make it, though.
You get to see Jim Norton
don't
for free
forget-
as he films his HBO special. That's just huge.
And on the first show, it's me and Kevin Brennan, each doing a half hour. And Kevin is one of the funniest comics in New York. A lot of guys know him from the Comedy Cellar. And on the later show, it won't be anyone but me.
Just Jim.
Let's just say that was another point of contention and a lot of fighting and stuff because, the O&A fans are a bit specific.
Yes, they
a
are.
lot of people
in their
are a
case.
little nervous about the O&A fans, who I just love.
Pests.
When
we
I was,
call them.
we were at the Hard Rock, and I'm just watching these animals.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these guys love us.
Yep.
Like, this is every performer's worst nightmare, and there's nobody else I want in the room but them.
Audience full of fruit monkeys.
Dude, that
Fruit monkeys.
Tossing feces at the stage.
They're just aggressive psychopaths.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break, but this just in. The Robert Plant photos are online.
Wow, that quick?
Yeah.
Where can we find them?
Thanks to Martini Steve.
Thank you,
FoundryMusic.com.
I said, where can we find them?
And OpieandAnthony.com.
Oh, okay.
Go to OpieandAnthony.com.
And look at Bob's expression in both photos.
Right.
You guys make the
Oh,
determination.
I don't care. I will argue that I like my picture better. Just looking at the Robert Plant part.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, there's lust in his eyes when he's smiling with you.
Lust in his eyes.
Well, look at it, Anthony.
Oh, Eric, can I get a CD of all the Ozzy pictures that were here? Thank you.
Already done.
Love you.
Hey, I want, I need my Bernie Getz picture. Who has that one?
Oh, look at this little curl in your face.
Look
there,
at my
Jimmy.
fat neck. I am a piece of shit.
That's a nice picture. He's smiling.
Ew.
He looks all cozy.
Now let's see Ope's picture.
Oh,
there he is.
God, is he miserable?
That was after he got the news of a relative having prostate cancer face.
That's the I'm sorry John Bonham's dead face right there.
Yeah, there's Dr. Hughes behind him giving them the bad news, and Robert's walking away in a huff.
Dr. Hughes giving the bad news.
Look at Ope smiling and happy, and the legend wants to go into his green room and just pick at his foreskin.
Know what really pisses me off?
What?
Your picture has been viewed 15 times already, mine 9.
Oh, now it's a contest. Now it's a contest.
Yeah, it is.
I will say, in fairness, that they probably blew mine up to see that little lock of hair that Anthony's talking about.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
It's all about how you sell yourself, and people would want to see. Wow, now it's up to 101 times have checked out your picture with Plant, and I'm up to 81 times.
Because people know it doesn't mean much to you. You just happen to be there. I happen to love it.
Yeah, no one's listening to this show. People are checking out these pictures like crazy. Now it's up to 123 views for you, 111 for me.
Let me tell you what.
Well, you made a hell of a comeback in that last one, though. That really bothered me.
Let me tell you what lunatic Opie is going to obsess on now for the entire program.
The picture count?
Refreshing the picture count.
Please. So, guys, if you look at my picture and not Ope's, it's really going to annoy and upset him. So don't look at my picture without looking at his, or it will really bother him.
It's up to 153 to 141.
Oh, you're catching up. I got 157, 163.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and Inside Radio claims that Ant and I have disappeared. Of course we have.
How long ago did you make this announcement that the picture's up? About a minute now?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Now you can barely get on the site. Everyone's going there.
Now I can't even refresh it.
Well,
it's closed. Come on, guys. We'll take a break and we'll see what it's up to next.
What is it, Ant?
I think Opie passed him.
Did he really?
I'm getting 180 Opie, 178
Yeah, because
Jimmy.
my picture's more interesting.
It's not more interesting.
More interesting.
They can't see you in it because you're 8 feet behind Robert Plant. They have to enlarge it.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Just to see where you are.
Oh, yeah. 221 for me, 207 for little Jimmy Norton.
Mine is just beautiful.
No, because your picture's too perfect. They want to see what's wrong with my picture.
I know. Snuggling with Robert Plant.
Shut up, Anthony. I'm just going to want them to check that one out.
You can't, how can you see the little lock of hair on me if you can't blow up my picture? You got to see Robert's little lock on my forehead. It's adorable. You can't see it at that size,
You're
though.
trying to sell it.
No.
Free beer for anyone that checks out my picture. Free beer in Boston.
Let me get yours.
I'm refreshing, but the site is just getting slammed.
It's getting
now.
pounded
Absolutely slammed. 270 to 278. Damn it!
Jimmy's ahead again now?
Yes.
Wow, it's a horse.